This is Misfortune Radio with New York Times best-selling author and your host, Doug Andrew.
Now, we've had this question many times. How do you determine between wants and needs? I think, frankly, the country is in the predicament we're in right now because not only the federal government has taught us through their bad example how to go into debt, because as I've talked about, the country right now has $11.2 trillion in national debt and Social Security, unfunded liability of a future of over $100 million. That's not a very good example. And so people sometimes, when things are going well, they go out and buy more exotic automobiles, or they buy things based on credit. And I'm sad to say many Americans live on the paycheck that they're going to get like 3 months from today. We need to stop borrowing to consume. We need to borrow only to conserve. I've taught you in previous shows that I only borrow money to do what thrivers do, to be able to conserve my assets and to put money to work just like banks and credit unions do. And the best way really is to determine, do I really, really need this? You know, you're talking to a guy here. I spent 2 years when I was 19 and 20 years old serving as a missionary in Korea. Now, I saw poverty after the Korean War, and I saw how people could live, families of 4, 5, 6 children in just a small little home, and they were happy. It's not material goods that make you happy. It is what your mindset is what gives you happiness. And you'll find that if you live within your means without all the stress of trying to go out and keep up with the Joneses, you'll actually achieve happiness without all that pressure. And so next time, you go out to buy something, ask yourself, do you really need this? Is it a want or is it a need? And begin to differentiate those and begin to scale back and maybe sell some of those toys or those assets that you really don't need anymore.
This is Misfortune Radio with Doug Andrew.